Kathy, I wanted to go back to you, and let's look at that poll again showing that the overwhelming majority of Americans say they will not vote for Donald Trump if he is convicted. It suggests that everybody being John Madden basically, and being predictors of what's going on, don't know what they're talking about. Right now in this Ipsos Reuters poll, again, 58% of Americans say they won't vote for Donald Trump if he's convicted of a felony. And I think the most important number there, at least for me, what I'm looking at, is 55% of independents say they will not vote for Donald Trump if he's a convicted felon. Only 14 independents saying yes.
Yeah, and actually, even if you look at the entrance polls in Iowa, it's kind of reflective of this too, right? Because 30% of people who've caucused on Monday night in Iowa also said they wouldn't vote for Trump if he's convicted, which, I mean, we just have to look at the legal timetable. Will Jack Smith manage to get his trial date in March? Will it be pushed back a little bit? Will the whole thing be wrapped up and potentially have a conviction by November? And then come November, what impact will that actually make? Donald Trump is opting for a very different strategy than he was a year ago. A year ago in May for Eugene Carroll's trial, he didn't even turn up. He's seen those polls that you've been showing all week, Joe, which track. I mean, that graph that Steve Kornacki has showing that here you go. You look at the dates where he's arrested for a crime or where he goes into a courthouse or where the trial starts, and his approval ratings tick up. And he now thinks, look, the more I'm in court, the more I misbehave in court, the more I get attention in court, that's going to help me. It might be helping. It might be a split thing, right? It might be that it helps him with the primary. But actually, when it comes to people who are going to vote in the general election in November, all of what he did yesterday in court, drawing attention to the fact that he's in a court proceeding and has been found liable, maybe that actually will end up to hurt him, and these people will stick to those numbers.
Well, as the old song goes, Willie, second verse, same as first. There's a reason Republicans that actually have a brain have been worried about Donald Trump's impact on the general electorate since 2017. Yeah. Because they're like, okay, the things that he's doing right now, in this case, going into courtrooms, making an ass of himself, trying to get a judge to throw him out of the courtroom, that helps him with 14% of voters in Iowa, right? It hurts him with independents. It hurts him with suburban voters. It hurts him with swing voters. There's a reason Donald Trump has done the unthinkable. Held on to a party while losing in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. That's because he plays to the cheap seats in his own party. They're absolutely thrilled when he's in court for raping a woman, according to the judge. And the judge is going to have to throw him out because he's being so disruptive. And like a toddler, we get reports from Lisa that he's banging his hands on the table. Maybe, we don't know, maybe it's magic marker, but if it's blood, maybe causing some more problems to his hands.
It's dysregulated.
And so here's a guy again. This plays really well for the 14%. And who knows, maybe 44, 45% in the general election. But once again, they're setting themselves up for a loss. I'm trying to help them here. I'm trying to help Republicans, as I have for 7 years. They're setting themselves up for another loss because, as Caddy said, what works for the 14% hurts him, as we see in this poll, with almost 60% of Americans.